I'm going to try and contain my excitement. I'm going to try and be at least coherent as I talk about this, because if you clicked on this video, if you're watching me right now, then you know. You understand how relevant this is. You know how big of an occasion this really is. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi is the absolute pinnacle of Dragon Ball Z gaming. It was never any better than the Budokai era, and now it's back. Okay, so Budokai was the final form of Dragon Ball. Since then, it's been nothing but a husk. It's been a shadow of what it once was. It's never captured that same form. But now, Tenkaichi 4 is coming. Can it capture lightning in the bottle for the 4th time? Do you remember Budokai 3? Can you remember that madness? So, listen. This is what happened. A trailer came out, right? I won't lie. When it started, I thought it was something else. It was all nostalgic. There was like an old school TV with Budokai playing on it. I remember those days. So much memories flooding back as I watched it. If you haven't seen it, but we all know you have. But if you haven't, this was what I'm talking about. Here it is. See, how nostalgic is that? I'm watching this thinking, are we getting like a collector's edition? Are we getting some form of like, I don't know, throwback to the old games? Maybe they're re-releasing them, remastering them, right? Maybe. That's what I'm thinking as I watch this, and it's like, man, I remember playing it like this. And then this happens, right? This happens. Wait for it. Oh, there he is, powering up. What's happening? What is this? Jesus Christ, right? Look at this. Come on, man. And I'm like, wait, what? What is this? And then it's like, look at the shading. Look how mental that looks, man. A new Budokai Tenkaichi begins. All right, so. Okay, so yeah, I'm watching it and I'm thinking, maybe it's some sort of remake or remaster or whatever, right? And then it's revealed it's a new game. Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi 4. And I'm sorry, I've not really thought about what to say about this, but anyone who remembers how crazy those games were, the combinations, the pacing, the speed, the animation, just everything, it encapsulated perfectly what Dragon Ball Z was and what it needed to be in a fighting game. It was absolutely mental. And yes, it was funny that you could pick like Krillin and like bitch slap Perfect Cell, right? It was funny, but Jesus, man. Do you remember how mad it was? Like, fighting on that game, knocking each other through mountains, and it really presented that Dragon Ball Z fighting style so well. And in fairness, it's so hard to do because of how mental and over the top Dragon Ball Z really is, right? This, you know, oh man, it's been a minute since I played Tenkaichi. It's been such a long time. I'm really excited because we had Jump Force, right? Jump Force. And as fun as that was to play with the kids and stuff, it really lacked any depth. And to Tenkaichi's credit, it had depth. Like, if you got good at that, you wrecked at that. So, man, fucking hell, I don't even know where to start. But I'm going to be keeping up to date with this. I'm going to follow in everything, because I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z. I mean, look, come on, man. Like, I grew up with Dragon Ball Z. That was my first anime. As I know, it was a lot of people's first anime. Dragon Ball Z, though now you could argue, right, that just like the games, it's gone downhill a little bit, right? But still, it was the one that introduced me to anime. I'm a big anime fan because of Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball brought me into the fold. That was my thing, man. Like, I remember watching the Saiyan Saga for the first time. In fact, it was the Cell games. That's what got me into it. I remember I was a child, and one day I put on, was it the Cartoon Network? It was the Cartoon Network, right? And it was Goku fighting Cell. And I'd never seen anything like it in my life. And just Cell and Goku, and they're going so fast, no one can track their movements, and they're just zipping around the arena. And I was like, what the hell is this? And then Goku's doing the Kamehameha. Kamehameha, he's doing that. And they're just going mental at each other. And as a child, I was just transfixed on what was happening. I was like, what is this? You know, and then Gohan was there, and then so I watched all of that, and then they did this thing called Saga Sundays, where they would show the repeat of all the sagas, and they started from the Saiyan Saga, so I binged the entire thing in one day. That was it. There was no YouTube back then. There was no catch-up back then. You either watched it or you missed it. So I literally got up at like 7 a.m. and binged the entire saga all day. That was my day. That was my Sunday. And I did that through every single saga. And so eventually I caught up. And then I watched the Boo saga as it came on, as it aired. But massive Dragon Ball fan ever since that. And this is exciting, man. I can't wait. Did you see how mental it looked? Watch it again. Let's put it on again. Just a bit where it shows you the new one. I mean, did you see the shading? How mental that looked. Oh, I don't know what I hope for. I'm interested to see how they're going to handle the transformations. Because I know they always gave you some sort of power-up, right? So when you turned into a Super Saiyan or whatever, it wasn't just aesthetic. It did serve a purpose. But I wonder how they're going to handle that in this one. That's interesting. Do you think there'll be a creator character, though? Will there? Do you think we can create our own? Because I always like to create my own guy. You know, create your own guy and just give him like Vegeta's moves. Because I'm a Vegeta fanboy. I'm sorry, I'm a Vegeta guy. Kakarot! The Super Saiyans of legend were an invincible warrior race. And I am their son. And at long last I have been, what was that? Given my birthright. I've got that wrong, I butchered that. Hang on, we'll get there. The Super Saiyans of legend were an invincible warrior race. And I am their son. And at long last I have been given, I forgot. And for what? To be brushed aside as easily as a common housefly by an android? That's it. Got there in the end, didn't I? But where am I going? Yeah, let's just look at this little bit. I can't even speak, I'm so excited. Let's look at this little bit again. Okay, there's the nostalgia menu, right? We all know it, we love it. There's Goku powering up, right? Here it comes. Come on, man, look at that shit. Look how great that looks. Super Saiyan Blue. Oh! If you don't get hyped seeing that, then I don't know what to tell you. Look at this shit, man. Snap cracking his knuckles. He's ready for it. Bring on Golden Frieza. He doesn't give a fuck. Oh, so there we have it, man. Tenkaichi 4. What a nice surprise that was. What a nice surprise. I wasn't expecting that. I don't think any of us were really expecting that, to be honest. I've not been following the Dragon Ball games for a long time. I even tried that Kakarot one. I didn't even like that. I don't know why. Just didn't like it. It's just not... Since the Tenkaichi era, it's not been the same. It hasn't. I mean, look at Dragon Ball now. It's not the same, is it? They just keep recycling the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Cell, Frieza, let's stick a different color palette on it and call it new. No, stop it. It's not new. It's rubbish, right? I love Dragon Ball Z as much as the next guy, but some new material would be nice. Aside of just going, no, what should we do next, guys? We'll make Frieza gold. All right, we've done that. What next? Make him black? All right, fine. Do you know what I'm saying? What next? We'll bring Cell back. All right. Do you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. It's. You know what I'm saying. You do. You know what I'm saying. But still, let's not distract from the fact that Tenkaichi 4, we can hope and pray it captures that same magic. It's going to be... I have faith it will. I'm an optimist. Tenkaichi 4, just please. The gaming gods have answered our prayers, haven't they? Tenkaichi 4! I don't know what that was. Tenkaichi 4! All right? Whew.